6 to 9. You're about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Crank it up on the worksite, it's the Bad and Liam podcast. Bad and Liam podcast.
Well, g'day there, podcaster.
Hey, fun show today. We got Robbie McGregor on again. He's one of our favourite people. He's like the best voiceover artist in Australia.
Yep.
The golden tonsils. He reads some mean comments about us in the next 20 minutes or so.
Also, I really enjoy the title for this podcast.
Oh,
I don't know if only Liam and I find that funny because of a certain reason. I hope that you find it funny too.
For the same reason.
And you know why, what we're saying.
If
you don't, then don't worry about
You
it.
Dot Muncher 46. I think Dot Gobbler was also said at some point. So that dot, if you want to hear us talking about that is, I would say, halfway through the podcast.
Enjoy.
Ben, I've gone full Karen, so to speak. I've had to speak to the manager. You'd remember at the start of the week I was talking about the scent releaser that my fiancée bought. It sounds like a traction engine. Soothing smell, of course, but the sound just does your head in. I mean, you want to throw it against a wall. So we decided to return it, and I emailed the company. I said, hello, I recently purchased a rechargeable diffuser for $159. Steep. I obviously didn't make that decision. However, I was hoping I'll be able to return it. I didn't realise that they are quite a lot louder than other traditional diffusers. And that's putting it lightly, because it sounds like the exhaust brakes on a semi. Kind regards, Liam. They shot back. As per our customer service policy, we do not offer refunds. You can then keep your diffuser as a gift to a friend. So I was already angry. I was already annoyed with the thing. And
I'm instantly at a 10.
Yeah.
I'm at a 10 from that reply.
How dare you? Oh, yes, the gift of noise pollution. I'm sure my friends would love this stupid item. Anyway,
You should name the company. What is it?
I hit him back with it's all in the original packaging. It was only turned on once for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And then they said, we don't normally do this, but as a gesture of goodwill, we are happy to provide a 50% refund. And I was like, okay, well, that's ridiculous.
So now I get half my money and I don't have the diffuser.
Yeah,
You've
won.
won.
Yeah.
The house has definitely won there.
You win there. So I said, look, I'd be happy with a store credit because there's like other good stuff there. This is, it's like a website that, Sarah likes. And then what they did is they sent a credit for 50% of the original price. That is the worst of both worlds. But I'm not letting it go.
Yeah.
So now I've escalated it to the customer service manager, and I'll be having a chat with them later on today. You can call me Karen.
You did go full Karen.
Well, but that's ridiculous,
That
right?
is,
I mean, I get it, but it's like, or at least, full store credit for the item returned in its original packaging. It's, it's not damaged at all.
Yep.
But sometimes you got to do it. I don't really like confrontation, but sometimes you got to go, hang on. I don't think I'm getting the service I deserve here. When did you speak to the manager? 13/24/10. It might not have been your proudest moment, but maybe you just felt that fringe growing and the blonde tip started coming out and you went, I'm doing it. I'm turning into a Karen. I'm going for it.
Kiara joins us now. Good morning. Did you go full Karen?
Good morning. Yeah, I did. I ordered a chicken snitty pack and they gave me veggies instead of salad.
Oh.
I asked if we could, I'm a very picky person, but I asked for it just to be swapped over. I'm happy with the rest. They refused and yelled at me, and I asked for a refund because they didn't give it to me.
Yeah.
She yelled at me again. So I got the owner and he fixed it, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You took it to the bloody top, didn't you? Get Ingham's on the line.
Luke joins us now. Good morning, Luke. When did you go full Karen?
Hey, Ben and Liam. We had a boys' night and we had some pizzas ordered, and then they took ages to get to us. And so I thought, you know what? It was about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'll ring up and complain to the manager, and sure enough, 5 minutes later, they've arrived.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to step on a few throats for things to get done. But that power must have felt pretty good as well, hey? Just giving the kid a bit of a serve.
Sure, yeah, the manager was probably 14.
John joins us now. You went full Karen?
Yeah, I had some issues with Apple, the phone company, and I spent many, many hours on the phone to tech support, had a few issues. So in the end, I got completely sick of it, and I sent an email to the CEO of Apple International.
The one who took over from Steve Jobs.
Yeah, and he... I can't remember his name, but anyway, he got his executive secretary from Australia to contact me, and they solved the problem pretty damn quickly.
Oh my God,
you
John.
escalated it to head office.
How did you find that person's email?
A resourceful guy.
Wow.
That's nuts. Is it Tim Cook? Is he the one at the top now? Was that the guy's name?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago.
That's wild, John. Well done.
I wouldn't want to mess with you, John. Julie, when did you speak to the manager?
Well, it was my son's first job supposedly at Foodland, and he came home and he didn't get the job. So I was so furious. I rang the manager and I said, "Can I speak to the manager, please?" And I said, "How could you not give him a job? He's like fantastic. You're lost." And I just kept going, and she was just like, "Oh, right, okay."
Yeah.
I said, no, you're lost. And my son was so upset with me and so,
mortified.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Mum.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought the story was going to end with you saying he got a job, but did he not get a job from the spray?
No.
You just can't go to Foodland anymore. Exclusively a Coles family.
Swim with the kids or swim with the turtles. Make up for missed holidays and plan your family getaway at whatif.com. What if it's Aussie for travel?
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning to Michelle in North Haven. Is this your first time calling up?
No.
Oh, it's not.
Yes. No, I haven't. I've rung before, but not for the quiz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, what are you up so early for? What are you doing?
I'm on my way to work.
What do you do?
I'm the technical records supervisor at the airport for a company.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah, that sounds... What technical records are we talking? Just like you got to keep,
Keep
see
track of where all the planes are?
who's had the fish, who's had the chicken, that sort of thing?
Sort of, yes.
Yeah, right. I mean, it seems complicated to get into.
Yeah. Hey, probably not enough time this morning to really get down to the nitty-gritty. So why don't we kick into the quiz? 5 questions in front of us. If you get them all right, you're going to pick the next song we play. Race car driver Daniel Ricciardo has been fired from McLaren. What is the region of McLaren Vale famous for producing?
Why?
That's it. Elton John has teased his new song with Britney Spears on Instagram. It's out this week. Elton's last collab was Cold Heart. With which English singer?
Panau?
Yeah, it's... did you say Panau, sorry?
Yeah, P-A-N-A-U.
Oh, no, they're Panau Australian, unfortunately. And I thought you said, who he's with now, but no, yeah, Panau's, we can't accept Panau, so no.
No worries.
Sorry, Michelle.
No,
Thanks for playing.
Panau also, yeah, that's two men. Matt in Golden Grove, the 5125, bigging it up for the Sunnybrook Massive. Represent.
How are we, boys?
Yeah, good, mate, good. Do you know who's on Cold Heart with Elton John?
Dua Lipa.
Yeah, that's the one. We play it enough. Kim Kardashian and Hillary Clinton have gone head-to-head on TV competing in a game of legal trivia. What do judges and lawyers wear on their heads?
Oh, a funny hat. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I suppose they're sort of semi-funny hats.
Yeah, I would probably accept funny hat.
Yeah, it's kind of the wig. Do you know what?
Yeah, but I also would argue that not all lawyers wear the funny wigs.
Oh, yeah, some of them wear the funny wigs. Apparently,
barristers wear the funny wigs.
They used to wear the funny wigs back in the day to hide their identity, so then people wouldn't know what they look like.
Is that why they did it?
Yeah, I think that's where it sort of stems from. Okay, Sean Connery's personal James Bond Aston Martin sold for $3.4 million. Would have thought it would have gone more. His personal Aston Martin. Can you give us your best Sean Connery impression, Nat?
Bond. James Bond.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Very good. Not too bad at all. Sean Connery. Happy birthday to actress Rachel Bilson, who played Summer in The OC. She's 41 today. That makes you feel old. Can you finish these classic lyrics?
California, here we come, right back where we started from.
Oh, I can't.
Oh,
man. Obviously never saw the start or the end of The OC.
I mean, it's good because we get to hear the song a little bit again. And playing this morning, we got...
Corinne, let's see if you can do it.
California, here we come, right back where we started from.
No. California?
What was that sound? What came out of you there?
It sounded like you were in pain.
All right, Nicole, come on now. You've seen The OC. Let's do this.
California, here we come, right back where we started from.
Here's a long California, here we go.
No. Get out of here. Last caller, Julia, can you finish these lyrics?
California, here we come, right back where we started from.
California, here we come.
I feel like no one really nailed that one this morning.
I normally play the applause. I'm not going to do it this morning because it wasn't very satisfying. Not your fault, Julia.
It was a bit of a Stephen Bradbury type win.
Yeah.
But you do get to pick the next song we play. Would you like to hear my song this morning?
Or would you like to hear my song?
She knelt down beside, said, can I share your pillow? I rolled over and I said, well, hello.
Ben's a big scar guy. Wears fedora to work most days.
I reckon definitely Cat Empire.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. It's the Cat Empire. Eiffel 65 lives to see another day.
It's taken a while for Eiffel 65 to get up.
Though? Friday.
Yeah.
Friday's a good time for it.
This is an incredible song, as we said, from the Cat Empire. Hello is the name of it. You are on Nova 919. Thanks, Julia.
And I said, well, hello. Oh, hello, hello.
P to the O to the D to the cast.
It's been a pretty good week for the Ben and Liam team. The ratings came out earlier in the week, and it was a pretty good one for us. And the Advertiser shared an article calling us Kings of SA Radio. Bit much. I didn't choose the headline, guys. And obviously because of that, people hated it in the comments, as they should, because like Tall Poppy's a thing, and you also like I get it. Like if you don't listen, you probably think, nah, that's the worst. Like, hate those guys.
Yeah, and Liam, you said we went pretty well. Went number 1.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Well, you don't get called a king for being number 2, do you? No, but I found it like we were sort of laughing at some of the comments because there's some disgruntled people and some older people.
If anything, I was seeking out the mean comments to keep you grounded.
Yeah, well, that's it. You kind of don't want to get a big head.
You might be number 1, but not everybody loves it.
And believe you me, we have had many negative comments over the last decade of doing this sort of job.
More than most.
Oh, absolutely. But whenever we do get nasty comments, we get the man with golden tonsils to read them out. His name is Robbie McGregor. You'd be very familiar. He does all the voiceovers for all the big ads for TV shows. And here's him reading some of the comments.
Ben and Liam are number 1. We're the only people that got survey books, their parents, and even if that was true, the result still surprises me. You's not good radio. Trust me, I'm gobsmacked. How I get past this nonsense? Does anybody understand? I didn't vote for them, and neither did my husband John. So my question to you is, who did? They're no James and Amanda. Clearly, most of Adelaide need to visit their local audiologist because they sound like shit. I'd rather listen to white noise rather than another outdated Borat impression by Liam.
High five!
If Ben and Liam are the number one radio show in Adelaide, then I'm the Queen of England. The TikTok generation are making people dumber and dumber by the second. And Ben and bloody Liam are not helping. Who gives a toss? I can't get FM radio past Jepp's Cross anyway.
Everybody hurts sometimes.
Yeah, that last one sounds like a you problem.
If you can't get Nova on your radio past Jepp's Cross,
Yeah, if you get
there's
past,
something wrong with your car.
past Cartmania 15 minutes out of the CBD and the FM band drops out, I think it's time you need to get a new radio and or car. Oh, how's this story? A stranger fell asleep on this guy's shoulder whilst they were on the bus. And now they're together. Oh, 50 Shades of Greyhound. But like, I like that because that's, in this day and age, people are sort of always there, they're meeting on Tinder. Maybe they're even making up stories of like they met in more romantic locations instead of Tinder because people are probably sick of saying Tinder. But just, you wouldn't think a stranger there on the bus with you, falling asleep on your shoulder, would end up being your partner.
First thing I'd do is like shrug him off.
100%.
Get off me.
I'd ask the driver if I could move. It's gross. Ugh. Space Invader. Dribbling on your T-shirt. You don't need that.
Nah.
They're both quite attractive people, though. That's the thing. Don't get any ideas if you're listening on the bus this morning going, I reckon I might rest my head on that woman's. Don't. Obviously this is just a natural thing. Maybe there was a bit of a connection there anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't meet my fiance on a dating app, but it's not an exciting story. We went to the same school. She was older than me at school, but then we got together at a music festival. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty standard.
Yeah, mine's a little bit more exciting. It was actually you and I, Liam, but we were emceeing at a nightclub event. And my partner, my now wife, was there with one of her girlfriends, and then I gave her a Budweiser hat, and then I added her on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history.
Well, there was two of them, and we both went to dance with them. You married one of them, and I didn't. Yeah, no, the other one wasn't too interested in me, so yeah, I forgot her name.
They're married now.
She got married with her partner?
Yep.
Yeah, right. She wasn't with him at the time.
No.
It made me sound like some sort of nightclub grub. Oh, yeah, don't worry about him, sweetheart.
No, it is interesting, though, because you're right. These days, it does feel, and which is fine, but it does feel like most people's relationship stories start with social media.
Yeah. And I like these stories of, you bumped into each other on the street or something like that. Or, like in the movies, they drop something out of their shopping bag and they go, oh, I think you dropped this. And then, they fall in love. 13 24 10. How did you meet your partner? Now, don't call through if it was just like over social media or something, or even like our stories. As I said, like went to the same school, nightclub. Like
I'm immediately putting a line through. Went to the same school.
Yeah,
and I'm putting a line through social media.
Yeah,
I want like unique situations where you're at the shops and you are putting some apples in a bag and you drop one of the Fuji apples and then you bend over to pick it up. And then this hunk picks it up for you and then like shines it on his shirt and then gives it back.
Or even if you're just like sitting next to each other on a plane or something like random like that. 13 24 10. How did you meet your partner? Jacinta in Mount Barker. How did you meet your partner?
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
I met him. I went shopping at my local Woolworths and he was stocking the Cokes and the Fantas because he worked there.
Yeah,
right.
And I ended up looking at him and he ended up looking at me. And he said that he felt something amazing and he went home and told his housemate that he found the girl that he was going to marry.
Whoa.
And he didn't want to approach me because I had a little boy.
Yeah.
So he was a bit hesitant.
Yeah.
And I was single. I just left a DV relationship.
Okay.
And I ended up asking my friend who also worked there who the cute Italian boy was.
Yeah.
And added him on Facebook. and started talking, and we've been together now for 9 years and 4 years married.
Oh, my God.
Oh, look out. And I bet his arms would have been looking good lifting all those Fantas. Those
Yeah.
big, you know what I mean? Those big crates of Fanta.
That's a good one, Jacinta.
That's a love at first sight type one. And you wouldn't expect going to Woolies for your nightly shop that you'd be finding your husband stacking shelves.
Good one, Jacinta. Tori in Paralawi. How'd you meet your partner?
So basically, a friend of mine had organised to go skydiving, and then she found out she was pregnant, so she obviously couldn't go. And I put my hand up because she had written a Facebook status, and I wasn't planning to go. I was like, oh, that'd be cool, kind of thing. And yeah, so the skydiver and of the pilot of the plane, actually, we hit it off pretty well, and then he kind of found me on socials. And yeah, everything is kind of history from there.
Right. So you ended up getting with the pilot of the plane when you went skydiving.
Yeah.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
You don't hear that every day.
That's another good one, Tori. Emma in Fairview Park. Good morning. How'd you meet your partner?
Good morning, guys. How you going?
Very good.
So I was out in the city with some friends, and we were at a bar having a great time. Then I started to have an altercation with another male.
Okay.
I was drinking my vodka raspberry, and I threw my drink, but I totally missed the guy that I was aiming for. And I got the guy that I married with 2 kids.
He must have forgiven you, but how's that?
That's like a movie.
If you had a good arm on you, you might not have had these 2 kids.
All right, we're getting plenty more of these stories.
Julie, how'd you meet yours?
Hi, good morning, Ben and Liam.
Morning.
I met mine through a online game. I've known him for about 5 years, and we hooked up about 1.5 years ago.
Wow, what were you playing?
A game called Agario.
Yeah, right. I haven't heard of Agario.
Is that you slay trolls and that sort of stuff in that one, or?
No, it's actually a silly game where you kind of just eat dots.
Yeah, right. So you met playing Agario, and then you got together in real life.
Yeah.
Who was the first one to initiate it to go, hey, let's meet up?
He did.
Yeah, wow.
And then when you walked into the restaurant, did you go, are you Dot Muncher 46? And he said, yes, that's me. So good to meet you in person.
Are you Dot Muncher?
Yeah.
I am.
I am Dot Gobbler.
Love to gobble those dots.
Josh from Hillcrest joins us now. How'd you meet your partner?
G'day, Ben and Liam. I used to work at McDonald's in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Slipped my number into her bag.
No.
And then, that was about 5 years ago, and we're engaged and have a kid now.
Yeah, Josh. Did you go on the serviette, the number on the serviette, or did you write it on the top of the chippies?
Yeah. Yeah, it was on the serviette. I gave her an extra tippies as well.
That's a wild one, though, because if you're your wife, right, and you're in your car and you get your McDonald's order, you get home or you eat it while you're driving, you see the number. If you think it's from the cute guy who gave you the bag, it might be from the ugly chef. Like, you don't know who put it in there.
It might be from the burger flipper in the back. You don't know what you're walking into. Well, I'm glad it's all worked out. These are great. Lisa from Blair Athol, how'd you meet your partner?
I met my partner at a cafe that we both used to go for coffee. So one day I had dropped 10 cents on the ground, and I was ready to give the 10 cents up, and he turned around and picked it up and gave it to me. I was too shy to speak to him then, so then I found out later on that he made a bet with the cafe owner that if he asked me out, he got free lunch for the week.
That's pretty good. And did he end up building up the confidence?
Yes, he did, and we're getting married in October.
Oh, cute, Lisa. Congrats. I bet you he was just watching you, waiting for you to drop something for weeks. A mural is underway at the Elizabeth City Shopping Centre. You can try the legend without the lactose for yourself with new Farmers Union Iced Coffee, lactose free. It's a Farmers Union Iced Coffee. It's nothing. Thanks to those guys that they're paying for the wall. They're going to be up on the wall. Obviously, Jane Doyle's going to be up on the wall. Johnny from the Mall. Painting is underway. We thought it was 40 square metres. Turns out it's 140 square metres. Bit of a shame, though, yesterday. Artist Mike, he was up there, 10 feet high. He was painting, and some gronk threw a full Macca's Coke at him.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. He didn't get a look at the guy, but it could have been Cozzy or like one of our competitors or something like that. I don't know. Maybe someone was a little disgruntled.
Hey, coming up, a woman has gone viral for her bizarre irrational phobia. You won't believe what made her cry. We'll tell you about it after Ed Sheeran and Budgerah. Two-step on Nova 919. Good morning.
Ben and Liam love you.
A woman has gone viral, Ben, over her irrational fear of Michael Jackson. Look, I wouldn't say that's entirely an irrational fear of Michael Jackson.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Liam, but I think it is irrational.
But also, after Scary Movie 3, a lot of people would have seen that movie growing up.
Yep.
And at the time, pretty creepy face. Pretty hard to understand what's going on there when you're a kid and you're like, what is this dude's deal?
Yeah. I mean, is this scary though?
That's more off the wall era though. It was less scary then. You know what I mean? There was a window where he wasn't scary. But then he did get scary. But there's this footage of an impersonator, quite a good impersonator from sort of 90s Jackson era, sort of, doing some moves and whatnot, and the camera pans over.
They're at a club, I believe, like a kind of like pub/club.
This woman is frozen with fear. There's tears pouring out of her eyes. She can't look. It's like her worst nightmares next to her.
Not even like, like kind of half laughing, half a bit scared. Genuinely, she's crying.
There's fear. Yeah. There is fear in this woman's eyes.
For me, it reminds me of whenever we see Producer Belle and there's a mascot in the vicinity.
Oh, so funny. She cannot handle mascots.
Yeah.
It's like she sees one and then she's sort of like, I get, because I always thought she was bunging it on a bit, but you actually see like a physical reaction. She gets all sweaty and she's sort of like,
because I think for her, it's like, who's in there?
Yeah. And it's kind of the same with Michael Jackson, I suppose.
Who's in there?
13 24 10. What's your irrational fear? There was a girl at my school who didn't like big spoons. People used to chase her around with spoons.
That probably didn't help the situation.
No, it didn't. It was
like them.
It's just a spoon, can't hurt you. We're asking 13 24 10. What's your irrational fear? Georgia and Plimpton, what's yours?
Oh, it's so bad. I hate feet, like bare feet, like open-toed shoes. And I work at a swimming pool, so I'm surrounded by them all day, every day, and I hate it.
Okay, yeah.
I can't even see my own feet.
You're wearing socks in the shower. Feet's so real, because some people love feet. There's people out there that pay for
good money.
Yeah, pay good money for. You're paying money for people to keep their feet away.
Yeah.
Caitlin in Seaford, what's your irrational fear?
So mine is very strange. I am terrified of skeletons, and the fact that I have one inside of me really freaks me out.
Yeah, because if you didn't have one, you'd be
a blob,
big, mushy blob.
When did you first become afraid of skeletons?
I don't really know. I just always have been, and just the thought of it makes me feel really sick.
I mean, year 7 science would have been pretty hard with that skeleton sort of in the room looking at you while you're trying to do your test. All those books, you get those books when you're a kid and they fold out and it's got the anatomy.
Yeah, I used to have them, and if I felt like scaring myself, I would look at it. I don't know why.
If you could, Caitlin, if you could remove your skeleton, like if that was an operation that could be successful, would you do it?
I don't know, because I feel like I'd be scared of what I look like anyway.
Yeah. Have you seen the film clip for Robbie Williams' Rock DJ?
Yes, I have.
Does he ever get down to his skeleton?
I think so.
Yeah, because skin comes off and then the muscles come off, I believe.
Yeah, freaky. Don't like it.
That is a weird one, Caitlin. Thank you very much. Natalie joins us now. What's your irrational fear? Coins.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting easier for you. Obviously, we're sort of moving into that world.
Is it because of the germs on the coins?
I don't know. It's ever since I've been little, they just freak me out. I literally can't touch like a 5-cent coin or like, yuck, they're so gross.
You're right. So did your grandparents ever do the old trick on Christmas where they put a $2 coin in the pud?
Oh, God, no. Yeah.
I reckon that'd be your worst fear. Just eating pudding and then you just get a dirty coin in there. Yum, yum. Ben, to give us what's trending, we are joined now by Producer Belle.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Hey guys, well we are just 24 hours away from the biggest song of the year dropping.
All right, who is it?
It is Elton John and Britney Spears. He has given us a sneak peek.
Running fast along the side.
That audio video there. He actually played it out from a DJ desk at a restaurant last night, and it is a mashup of his songs The One and Tiny Dancer, and then Britney Spears.
You
doing
know
the
what?
vocals.
I love Elton, but I feel like I'd love him a whole lot more if he just hung up the boots and let the classics do the talking. Like, do we need this pensioner in women's sunglasses singing songs with Dua Lipa in 2022?
Worst part is that song, I reckon, is going to be like this horrible Frankenstein, and I'm 90% sure we're going to play it.
You don't say. Well, look out, it's coming tomorrow. And everyone this week has been talking about the Prime Minister of Finland, Sanna Marin. Now, if you haven't seen this story, look, long story short, she did post a video and photos of her, look, just dancing along with her friends. She filmed it. She was just getting down, her right. And then it blew up into this whole, kind of, is she on drugs? Is she okay? Do we trust her as the Prime Minister? She got a lot of hate for it. Well, the last 24 hours, the update is she has apologised. She did get quite emotional and also just basically said, I'm human.
Yeah,
Lay off me.
the world needs to chill. She's also 36, so she should be out enjoying herself, having a good time. I'm like, did Trump ever apologise for his comments about grabbing whatever he was grabbing? Or you know how here everyone's like, yeah, the Prime Minister's sculling a beer.
Yep.
I cheer at that because I also think that's sick. But I'm like, I'd be more than happy to see a Prime Minister dancing at a nightclub. So why is it not okay for her to do it?
Absolutely, yeah. When she does it, everybody goes, well, she must be on drugs.
Isn't it nice having someone who's 36 running a country instead of like who's running America at the moment? That guy, if he got into a nightclub, he would have a heart attack. He wouldn't be able to keep up with the tempo.
Poor Joe. And finally, Sylvester Stallone has just filed for divorce. Okay.
Not really the right tone, is it? He's filed for divorce.
Hang on. He's been married for 25 years, but sadly, it has come to an end.
Is it that sad? I mean...
Well, do you remember yesterday we were just talking about the fact that he covered up the tattoo of his wife, and he has put a tattoo of the dog from Rocky.
Yeah, Butkus.
Yeah, so, I mean, we knew it was coming. We saw that first, and now, the news is, sadly, they are splitting up.
Look, I love Sly, but I follow him on Insta, and I reckon he'd be a pretty tough person to live with. He's constantly quoting Rocky. Like, I think she'd be trying to probably repair the marriage and talk about their issues and that sort of stuff, and he'd be like, Jennifer, nothing hits as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And she'll be like, stop quoting it, Sylvester, he's not real. Don't point the finger at me or anybody, because cowards do that, and that ain't you. Always love when a celebrity I can do gets divorced.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.